It's done. And like any girl, I love to twirl. So what this is showing is being frugal. Okay. Bare feet.
Quite often people tell us that one good turn deserves a punishment, and that was really our experience. Although sometimes in our misfortunes we can find opportunities.
Correct.
So we're going to tell you
a story
about blueberries.
No, blackberry.
Blackberries, sorry. Blue blackberries.
So we live in that was my foot.
Wasn't an acorn.
So,
not so.
We live in blackberry country, and on the morning of the Mother Earth News, we wanted to take blackberries to Doug and Stacy because we knew we were going to meet them, and they knew they weren't from here, so we thought we would take them blackberries.
I heard later that they had blackberries right outside their window at their hotel that they could just eat, but this is Oregon, so you ought to expect that.
So we went and picked blackberries that morning, and picked five little baskets, the commercial baskets that have little holes in them and stuff, and we put them in there. We washed them and put them all into this, like a bag that you take into a store when you take your grocery bags in that's already there.
But one that was permeable. It wasn't just plastic.
Right.
Yeah, nice one.
A nice one. So here's a picture of, so we took it there and gave them 2 of our baskets. Here's a picture of Stacy eating blackberries. Okay. So then we took the...
We're carrying it around, and I was carrying a lot of things, and so Rhenda took the bag of blackberries.
I took the bag of blackberries, and we were handing them out to other people that we were meeting, so that weren't from the area, so that they could have some. And then I looked down at my white skirt, and I had a stain about this big where the permeable blackberry bag had gone against my white skirt. And this was the beginning of the day. And so we went and we met with Doug and Stacy and did the interview that you've seen, and it's right here. Is that the right way to put it?
Yeah.
Right there. And
she's learning her way around the screen.
I kept going like that, but it's right there. And when I was talking to them, I actually showed them what had happened. And they started talking about that I could tie-dye this skirt, or that even cuter, Stacy said I could put patches on the skirt because she'd done it before. So when I got home, I thought, well, let me wash the skirt so that at least that...
She was excited about the patches, so she got the vision.
Super excited. Yeah. So let me wash the skirt so that it's got all the stains out of it, or, you know...
That's clean.
Clean stains to put everything on. I am here to tell you that the blackberries, you can make it come closer, came out. There was a huge stain right here. There is no stain. No stain at all. So, this skirt is not getting tie-dyed, but I loved the idea of patches. So I have this other skirt that I really like to wear because it's hot here and wearing skirts is really nice. And so I wore it down to the river the other day after we met with Doug and Stacy. And it got caught on, of all things, a blackberry bush.
A cane, a blackberry cane.
Blackberry cane. I want to see if you can see this big hole.
Oh, I'm going to tear it more, I think. Yeah, there you go.
See, I've got my hand.
Whoa, you're tearing it.
Inside of this big hole. It's this long. So I'm going to go put this on the sewing machine and sew that up. And then I found several other snags that the blackberry did. And I'm going to put patches on this and bring it back and show it to you. All right, here is the finished product. I put patches on it all the way around. I sewed that little seam up. I had several holes in it. So it's done. And like any girl, I love to twirl. So what this is showing is being frugal. And I could have just tossed that skirt, the white one, and just said, oh, it's done. But then I had this great suggestion from Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. And of course I know that, but I just don't have time to do that kind of thing anymore. But it was fun. It was really fun to do this skirt. And I'm going to show one more skirt, and this one is for Stacy because she had a beautiful patchwork skirt on. And I said, you know, I have one of those in my closet somewhere. And so she challenged me to get it out. So I'm going to show that to you one more time. This particular dress was made from a lot of different pieces of fabric that I have made for grandchildren and different clothing, and then some in quilts and things like that. And it's extremely comfortable, and it's all homemade, and it just reminded me that yes, I do have a sewing machine. Yes, I can get it out, and I can stretch things and become more frugal.
Today's frugal day, as you can tell. We're frugal this and frugal that. We also now are going to talk about some recycling we're doing with something that we've built and used a lot, and we don't want to get rid of it, but we don't want to use it in the same way we've been using it. Are you wondering what it is?
And one of the reasons we're not going to use it anymore in the way is because we're doing things now with our infrastructures that will help us not hurt our bodies and to be aging in place a little bit better.
When we built these, we didn't think that they were going to be damaging to our bodies.
But they are.
We learned they were.
So, it's still on. You do not need to show that to me.
We're showing Rhenda as she's walking. She's so cute when she walks.
Here, let's turn it and show Jim how cute he is when he walks.
It's a nice day. I mean, we've had these hot days, and now it's overcast.
Nice. It's smoke overcast.
Yeah, there's clouds up there above the smoke.
It's still hot. Okay. All right. These, we'll just do them like that. Shows that.
Okay.
Okay. So these are our chicken tractors, and
two with the John Soskovich design, and then one that we kind of designed.
Yeah. So all three of them along here, and on these two at the end, we had the wheels that went both directions. So we were able to put them on this way and move them up and down, or put them on this one and move it this way.
Although we found it was probably almost as easy for me to just pick up the end and swing it around.
So does it work to do it this horizontal way? Not really. We used it maybe twice, and so if you saw that video...
A couple other things that we found, and just in our attitude about how the chickens should be cared for, these are purported to be able to handle 30 chickens, and yes, they can fit in there when they're little, and as they get bigger, 30 really fill it up. And what we found was the need to move it at least twice a day in order to keep up with the manure layer that they were putting on the ground. Otherwise, the ground was just smothered for a long time. Right. I mean, it was heavy. It was bad.
They're good, but for us, they're no.
Moving once a day is tough. Moving twice a day was really hard, and it was more work than we wanted to do.
And as we have shown before, we put roosts in for them because it was so much nicer. We only had 17 in each one. We could easily have had 20 in each one.
Yep.
20 is a good number if you want to raise them humanely. But they would get on their roosts at night, and then there was one line of poop rather than them sitting in their poop all night.
Actually, two lines because we ran perpendicular.
Two lines of poop.
But still, it was confined.
So now what we're doing to recycle them is we're going to be taking the white cover off, putting a clear cover on right now, and using them for a greenhouse.
Right. And now on the bigger one, what we've done is we've put the
That's good.
What's it called?
Shade cloth.
Shade cloth on it. And you know, it's 10 foot wide, so it does most of the covering. And we've got tomatoes in this one.
This is just
and
really.
in fact, let's come up a little closer to see. We're keeping our tomatoes in here so that they're out of reach. These are plants that didn't get planted and we're struggling in their little pots.
And some of them are still struggling, but we're just going to see if they go.
So it was something to do, but we do plan on making use of these for more plants as we need them.
So
as the weather changes and we need them to be protected.
All three, and this was the turkey house. We loved this design.
It was chicken then turkey.
Yeah, we loved this design, by the way. And these were chicken houses, and now all three of them are recycled to be greenhouses. And so just repurpose your things, keep them going. And once again, a thank you to all of our subscribers. And
if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click the little bell to get your notifications. Invite your friends, tell your family about it, get other people involved.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.